So you didn't know anybody in the tax, but you already had a 2-year-old daughter and another child on the way. How did that make you feel? Were you scared for them?
That, I think, was probably the most impactful part of the entire episode. So, I'm also of age that I witnessed the Challenger explode, right? So I remember all the details of that day as it unfolded and watched the news rehashed over and over and over again. And the same thing occurred on the day of 9/11 as these events unfolded. It hit national news, which was a faster, at that time, social media didn't really exist yet, but the internet was obviously a big component of the news spreading so quickly. So I was under a barrage of listening to it live and being rehashed for an entire day, and that is the concern for my family is the hook that kept me in it and kept me in a panic, hashing out all the the possible scenarios of how does this affect me and my family. I can't honestly say that it was fear, because realizing the ties of the locations involved, I knew I was in a location that was not going to be an immediate target, but I didn't know how far this thing extended. For example, like, were they going to target energy supply, and all of a sudden we would have a global blackout or something. So those kinds of things were the only thing that I thought would actually affect me in the near term.
So what did you think of the government's reaction to the attacks?
Well, I think our government's reaction was pretty swift and reasonable with at the time. So how I felt about it then versus how I feel about it now. How I felt about it then was it was swift and reasonable, and they came to an intelligence conclusion that there was a specific party responsible for it, and we formulated a plan to address that party. In hindsight, looking at the actual news versus what we were told at the time, it's obviously a much more complicated picture, and I have a little less faith in what the American public is informed versus what the American government knows and intends to do.
Well, that was a